Hey guys, welcome to the Liberal Hive Mind, a channel solely focused on exposing the abundant hypocrisy of the left. Alright friends, so Donald Trump has been officially indicted, he's been arraigned, he's pleaded not guilty to all charges. Of course, none of it is surprising, but what's been truly fascinating to watch is just how desperate the media is to spin a narrative. I've been watching MSNBC, CNN, and CBS, and I have to tell you that my brain is hurting. But of course, it's part of the job, I watch it, so you don't have to. And boy, I have to say the reporting has been so neutral, so impartial, so fair to both sides, you know, stuff like this.
Thank you. So, as everybody knows, this is totally unprecedented in our history, but it is not out of character for our history. And I think it's really important to understand that what's happening today is very much in line with what the founders envisioned.
Very much in line with what the founders envisioned, says Total Clown MSNBC contributor. But the topic of this video is going to be media manipulation and misinformation. You know, given the circumstance, given what's happening right now, I feel like every single American should not just be angry, not just be frustrated or sad. Every single American should be infuriated, outraged, with this travesty of injustice. But I'm going to show you guys exactly why that isn't the case. And of course, the culprit is the mainstream media, as per usual. We got some stuff to get into, so let's roll the tape. Alright folks, your average MSNBC viewer tends to have an ego the size of the damn universe. I have all the right opinions and all the right information. I'm a very virtuous MSNBC viewer. But the question that follows, I guess, is what exactly is the kind of information that MSNBC viewers are privy to that we are not? What is this magical source of incredible knowledge that MSNBC is streaming into your mind? Well, it's pretty much just as pathetic, if not more pathetic, and more corrupt than you could possibly imagine. This is what your average MSNBC viewer is being fed.
Is making remarks tonight from his home in Florida. As far as we can tell, and what we were prepared for here is that this is basically a campaign speech in which he is repeating his same lies and allegations against his perceived enemies. It is just getting started. So far, he's just giving his normal list of grievances. We don't consider that necessarily newsworthy, and there's a cost to us as a news organization of knowingly broadcasting untrue things. So our deal with you is that we will monitor these remarks. If he does say anything newsworthy, we will turn them around and report on that right away. But for now, just know that it's happening and we're not taking it.
Alright folks, so we're going to cover the Trump indictment, but we're not going to air what Donald Trump is saying, because of course Donald Trump is a liar, he's a known liar, and so it's too dangerous for us to air. What kind of standard is this? This is journalism in 2023. It's not journalism. It's simply propaganda, lies, and misinformation, coming from the same people who are complaining about lies and misinformation. But this is also the standard of the Trump era. Trump is viciously attacked and slandered, targeted with phony investigations, fake news, and phony, uncorroborated accusations, and then he's not allowed to defend himself. This is the standard that Nancy Pelosi and the Democrats started with their ridiculous impeachment hearings. We're going to present evidence from a totally non-biased, impartial panel. And by evidence, they mean misrepresenting evidence, lying to the American people, and then Trump doesn't get to have his day in court, doesn't get to have his defense. He doesn't get legal representation. No, of course not. We can't let the liar defend himself. Does that sound fair? No, that sounds like a banana republic, like a kangaroo court, and that's exactly what this is. But what it really is political theater. That's what this whole thing is. That's what MSNBC and CNN do. That's what the whole left-wing media apparatus does. That's why this is their reaction when the corrupt New York judge involved in this case orders no cameras in the court during the Trump arraignment.
Has just issued a ruling in this case. I'll tell you exactly what the ruling says. I'm just reviewing it at my desk right now. 5 pool photographers shall be permitted into the jury box prior to the commencement of the arraignment. The photographers will be permitted to take still photos for several minutes until such time as they're directed to vacate the jury box by court personnel. No further photography will be permitted in the courtroom after that. Use of cameras will be permitted in the hallways of the building. So again, cameras will be allowed in the hallways, but not in the courtroom itself once things get underway. The judge also says reporters will be able to bring cell phones and laptops inside the court, but they cannot use them once they are in there. And again, as described in the ruling that I just read to you, still photos will be allowed up until the proceedings begin, and then court personnel will tell photographers that they can no longer use their cameras.
I mean, you can hear the devastation in her voice. Fair, impartial, neutral, accountable journalism. Give me a frickin' break. But of course, they're just doing what their target audience wants. Here's a leftist activist on Twitter, Victor Shi. WTF. CNN is actually airing Donald Trump's speech at Mar-a-Lago right now, hours after he got arrested and charged with 34 felony counts. He's already lying and attacking prosecutors. CNN just can't get away from Trump, and this is why our democracy is crumbling. Shame on CNN. MSNBC is not covering the Trump rally right now, which is how it should be. Yeah, that's how it should be. Not covering the facts or not covering both sides. Only airing one side's opinion, crafting a narrative, lying, and not allowing the other side to defend itself sounds totally fair. I mean, holy crap. I don't know what universe these people are living in, but it really just goes to show who they are, what they are. I'm going to continue to use the word. The word is evil. I mean, could you imagine treating your opponents this way? I really can't. I can't imagine viciously slandering someone, reporting on constant fake news and slanderous assaults, propping up this fake political persecution, all the while pretending as if you're the good guy as you try to stifle your opponent's ability to speak and represent themselves. It's disgusting. It's nonstop lying by omission, straight up lying, and exaggerating. Here's a piece from Mediaite. Trump maximum sentences add up to 136 years in prison for all 34 felony counts. And then you literally read the first couple sentences. Maximum sentences for the 34 felony counts former President Donald Trump reportedly faces add up to a staggering 136 years in prison, although he's not likely to face anything near that number. Then you read a little bit further, under the New York State Penal Code, a conviction for a Class C felony of falsifying business records can result in a prison term of up to 4 years. But as a practical matter, that seems extremely unlikely. No one gets jail time for that as a first offender, said a New York law enforcement official. So, firstly, all of these supposed charges are technically misdemeanors which Alvin Bragg has decided to bump up to felonies, because based on some shoddy legal theory that assumes that Donald Trump supposedly falsified records in order to conceal these payments, which were supposedly campaign expenditures. I mean, it's a total stretch. But the media isn't telling you that. The media is portraying this as 34 different felonies, even though it's literally the same felony multiplied 34 times, and even the felony itself or the crime committed itself isn't even well described or described at all in the actual indictment. We'll probably get into that in a different video. They're reporting so dishonestly Donald Trump committed 34 felonies and faces 136 years in prison. And even that one crime itself theoretically could lead to 4 years in prison. No one actually ever faces prison time as a first offender for this particular charge. It's unreal, and it shows you exactly why we're not seeing enough outrage. I mean, voters frankly should be pissed. I'm surprised that the entire American system is not falling apart. But the sad reality here is that the average voter, and especially the average independent voter, is severely misinformed or uninformed. People don't know what's really going on because they're getting their information from Rachel Maddow and garbage CBS and other outlets. And so you know what? That's it. More evidence to justify the claim that I've been making. The mainstream media is evil. Period. Don't need to use fancy words or an elaborate sentence to describe it. Flat out, straight up, the mainstream media is evil. And it's yet again another example with evidence, facts, receipts. That's what I got for you guys though. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to leave a like and possibly subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching, friends, and I'll see you on the next one.